Hey guys, and welcome to day 2 of my brand slam week on Makeup Revolution Beauty. Today I'm going to be actually testing out some Revolution Pro makeup. You would have seen it in my haul video. I am eating M&Ms right now. I don't even like M&Ms. I'm really hungry and I didn't have time to cook dinner before I filmed this video, and I don't have any snacks in my house except for like M&Ms. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's just go ahead and get started. So I zoomed up a bit so you guys can see the face products in action. I have already applied my e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Mist as like a hydration primer kind of thing, and then I applied my Milani Prime Light Strobing primer as well to my skin. I did my eyebrows and I did some of my eyeshadow already. The eyeshadow I actually used was the Revolution Reloaded palette in Velvet Rose. So the first thing I'm going to use is the Revolution Pro Foundation Drops. I got mine in the shade F8.5. I don't think it'll be a good match for me. I bought all of these products back in like December when I was obviously a lot less tanned. I'm just going to take my Quo sponge and put a few drops right onto the sponge and then dot it onto my face. Okay, actually, I don't think that was a good idea. I think that just sucked up a ton of the product. I'm going to actually just drop this right on to my face. It's not very like liquidy. I thought it was going to be a lot more liquidy when I first got it, but it's kind of like thick and creamy. I don't even know how much to use because oh my god, that was like a huge blob. Oh my god, this is such a mess. First of all, I just got all this foundation in my hair. Second of all, I got it on my shirt. I'm not gonna do that droppy thing anymore. I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand instead. I can't believe I just dropped it all over my shirt. Anyway, moving on, I'm gonna start blending this out with my Quo sponge. It's actually blending out quite nicely, and it has really nice coverage. I actually really like the way that this is blending out onto my skin. Does anybody know how to get foundation off clothing? I really hope it didn't stain my shirt. So off initial application, I actually really like it. I feel like it was super easy to blend. It didn't dry down too fast, and it was kind of sitting on my face for a while I was trying to get the stain off my shirt. It has really nice coverage. I'm going to use this as my under eye concealer as well. I haven't worn foundation in a while because I've been wearing like my BB creams and CC creams, but this is quite a nice like lightweight foundation. It doesn't feel or look heavy on my skin, at least right now. Some people are really good at doing their eye makeup first and not ruining it when they do their foundation. Not me. I always mess up my eyeshadow when I do it before I do my concealer and foundation. I'm just gonna let that kind of sit on my skin for a bit. I'm going to try and get the foundation off my shirt, and then I'm gonna pop back in and use some of the other products that I picked up. Okay, so it's been like a couple minutes. I couldn't get the foundation off my shirt. I just used soap and water because I don't have like Tide to Go or anything. I've been so messy lately. Like the other day at work, I spilled my entire lunch all over my shirt and pants. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like. It's still a little bit tacky. I think I'll probably set it with a powder just a little bit so I can blend some other products on top because it hasn't really dried down that much. I'm just going to set my under eyes with the Milani Prep Setting Glow powder where we applied the foundation under my eyes just to make sure that it's not gonna crease. I'm also gonna use this powder just on kind of the T-zone area of my face to give me a nice natural glow. And then to set the rest of my face, I want to take my Maybelline Super Stay powder and this fluffy brush from BH and just very lightly tap this over my cheek area where I'm going to be blending out powder products. I picked up their 4K bronzer palette in the shade Cool. They come with 4 very similar tones of bronze. Like these two are quite similar. That's a bit darker and this is glowy. I think I'm gonna go in with this one to start and maybe some of the glowy one as well. Just gonna dip into that powder I showed you. I haven't used powder bronzer in a while, so it's gonna be interesting. I feel like it's doing something. I'm not sure if it's really showing up on camera. It's blending out pretty nicely. I want to take some of that along my jawline as well. These have a weird scent. It almost smells like play makeup. This color is really light, but it is giving like a very subtle contoured look to my cheeks. I think maybe I will deepen things up a bit with the shade right beside it, like this one here. It's also a matte. There's only one glowy product in the actual palette. I am using whatever's left on my nose. I feel like I went too low on this side. I'm gonna take that sponge I used for my foundation. I kind of like the way that applied. I don't have any issues with it. It looks a little muddy on this side, but it could have just been my blending. I'm such a mess today. I'm gonna take a little bit of the bronzy glowy shade here and see if I can make things a little bit more glowy. I feel like these are so subtle. They're not really showing up on your skin that much, which I guess is a good thing. You don't want to overdo it with bronzer like I'm doing right now. I picked up their 4K blush palette and I picked this one up in the shade Peach. I'm just gonna use the same brush we just used. I think I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is like a warm kind of peach shade. Just apply it to the apples. It's actually quite pretty. I like that shade. I know this side looks darker, but it's because of the light coming in from my window, like the natural lighting on this side, which is kind of washing it out more versus this side. I know this looks crazy on this side. I like this one a lot. It blended out really easily and it's a really pretty like rosy toned shade. I think I'm going to take the glowy blush as well just to see. The glowy bronzer didn't really do much for me, but maybe this one will be prettier. Ooh, yes, I like this. Look how much like glow my cheek just got from that blush. Bronzer just didn't really do it for me, but this glowy blush is so pretty. I think I've mentioned it a couple times in other videos, but I'm really into glowy blushes lately. It's pretty much all of the face palettes that I got from Revolution Pro. I do have a highlighter palette from Revolution that I thought I would just wear today. I'm gonna first spritz my face with the Milani makeup spray. And then while that's drying, I'm just gonna finish off my eyes, put on some of that highlighter, and then I have a lip product to share with you guys. Okay, so I just finished my eye makeup. Decided to apply the highlighter on camera. I think I'm gonna take this shade here and a little bit of that gold shade. That gold shade reminds me of the Fenty Beauty highlighter that everyone liked, like Trophy Wife. I haven't worn a powder highlight in so long, but this one is so pretty. Like, I don't know, it just looks like my skin almost. It doesn't even really look like a powder highlight. It looks like cream. This is such a pretty highlighter. Oh my gosh. I haven't even really been into highlighters that much lately. Like, I have used a couple cream products, but I don't really reach for highlighters that much. I hope it's picking up on camera just how like pretty it is. I love the way that this looks on my skin. My skin just feels so glowy and dewy right now. I love it. I'm going to apply the lip color. This is their Revolution Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment. I picked up the shade Affection. It doesn't really smell like anything. It is really nicely pigmented. It applied very easily. It did not skip or streak or anything like that. It's pretty creamy right now and it's sticky a little bit, so I'll see if it dries down, but I do love the color. The color is really pretty. I'm just going to wait for this to dry a little bit, then I'll pop back on camera, give you guys kind of a final wrap up, and then finish off the video. Okay, so the foundation I'm kind of like annoyed with right now because I spilt it all over myself. It's kind of just an average foundation to me. Like, it looks good on my skin. It just doesn't look super special or anything. I think if you want something lightweight, but with really nice coverage, even with the sponge, I think you might like this. I don't know how it's gonna wear throughout the day, but right now it's kind of just an average foundation to me. It looks good, it had nice coverage, it feels lightweight, but it's just not like my new favorite foundation. The bronzer palette I don't think I really like. I don't know, I've just kind of been thinking about it and I don't think it's anything special. The colors, like I said, these two shades look almost identical, especially on your skin. The glowy bronzer, I don't know, it just didn't really feel glowy when I applied it. Even when I like swatch it on my skin, it doesn't really look glowy at all, and it has very little little pigment. So yeah, not really the biggest fan of this. The blush palette though, I really like this blush palette. I know I only used 2 of the shades, but this was a beautiful rosy peach shade. It blended really nicely on my skin. It was decently pigmented. It wasn't overly pigmented. Like, I didn't have to be super careful with it. And this is such a stunning shade. Like, the instant I applied this, I just saw glow. It really transformed my blush look. I feel like I'm going to use this as a blush topper for all 3 of these shades. I really, really liked it. And the lip product, I actually like it. It hasn't dried down fully. Like, it's still got a bit of a sheen to it. I liked the pigmentation of it. It doesn't feel dry or tight on my lips. It actually feels very comfortable. I was like scared to test it. I don't know why. I'm just never really super interested in lip products from the Makeup Revolution brand in general. I don't have any. And yeah, I don't think I actually have any lip products from them. But this kind of makes me want to test out more of these ones, like the matte pigments. And the real gem of this video, I feel like, was the highlighter palette. I know it's not Revolution Pro, but it's so beautiful. I can't get over how pretty and glowy my cheeks look right now. I know a lot of it was to do with that blush, but I feel like the highlighter just took it to the next level. That's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have tried Revolution Pro. No fancy packaging, just very basic makeup. But I've always been interested in trying it out. Other than that, I think we can wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of Brand Slam week, and I will see you tomorrow.